This is Roger Struckoff with Syscon TV. We're at Cloud Expo East in New York in the year 2014, talking about cloud and everything that it touches. We're joined right now by Troy Halford with Ambernet Technologies. We're going to talk a little bit about cloud management and cloud brokerage and a few other things. Welcome to the show, and tell us a little bit about what you do.
Thank you. Ambernet Technologies is an innovative software company, and what we've done is we've been very focused on building enterprise-grade cloud management and cloud brokerage software. And the show has, I think, reinforced a lot of our beliefs and a lot of our vision for the market space. It's amazing. 2 years ago, going to shows, the whole notion of cloud management and cloud brokerage was very infantile. So the maturity level, the onboarding of concepts of cloud management and cloud brokerage has just been great. The knowledge of the people that are attending the show, their ability to embrace terms like hybrid cloud management is phenomenal, and it's great for us. So, we're a humble company that works hard, and we've had great interaction with enterprises as well as some agencies here at the show, and we're pretty excited about what the future holds for us.
I was talking to a cloud management company from the West Coast a long time ago, a few years ago, and he said the same thing. It's kind of infantile and immature, and I said, well, so am I. So that's perfect. And he said, yeah, but we don't want to stay that way.
Right.
And I think things have changed a little bit. It seems like the word I'm hearing is hybrid. It's a word we've heard for a while, but it seems like it's really gotten traction now. It seems like the world is turning into one big hybrid cloud. How, to what degree is that your experience, and how do you address that?
Yeah, hybrid, we're full believers in hybrid. I think everybody we've talked to at the show, as I mentioned, is embracing some sort of hybrid strategy, and that creates the opportunity for companies like Ambernet to innovate and get their products to market. It's a nice market driver because companies have to change their routines, their processes, the way they do business in order to meet the new dynamics of the market.
How do you take this incredibly complicated stuff and simplify it on the one hand for your users while still having the sophistication that they need?
I think the way we solve that is through two concepts. We're big believers in automation and analytical control. So we believe our job as a cloud manager and cloud broker is to make things easy, repeatable, and very measurable. So everybody gets caught up in the technology, Roger, but I think the reality is we lose sight sometime that it's about measured business outcomes. So we, as an example, we can talk all day about API sets, and orchestration controls, and all those sort of things, but at the end of the day, our customers need to know how much they're spending in cloud, where it's being spent, what their capacity thresholds are, and a lot of other business functions, because cloud management and cloud has moved from maybe a tactical departmental level purchase to something that's more driven across the enterprise. So as things mature, automation and analytics is really the way to practically embrace.
And measure business outcomes and all this emphasis. It's the old thing about, get IT and business in alignment, and sometimes that doesn't happen. I mean, what's your experience with your customers? How do the business people learn the tech stuff, and how do you really address what's got to be a difficult challenge for you?
It can be overwhelming. There's a lot of marketing activity. There's so many different slices to cloud. So I think the reality is you have to figure out how to communicate at a human level and a work basis level, as opposed to being fascinated and consumed with the technology, the terminologies, and things of that nature. So what we do is we do interviews with people. We try to figure out what their business problems are, what their use cases are, and we can actually build demonstrations and pilots based on their feedback that is full of technology, full of innovation, but presented in a way that is easily digestible and understandable, and lets them attribute a value to what we're doing.
The customer engagement time cycle, is it, how quickly have some of these things been deployed? How long can it take? I'm going to guess you have to gauge the time depending on, what your customer wants, but, what kind of time range do we have?
It varies greatly. There are situations where what we do can be done in a matter of a few weeks. or it can take months, depending on the complexity, the strategic objectives, and where people are starting from. So I think in reality, I think the typical way that somebody would embrace a strategy to manage cloud would include consultants, and who would look for different vendors, or would go through a process of building some technology. I think the market's maturing so rapidly that there are ready-made products. There is more information and more knowledge in the market that's really shut down or closed the gap in terms of the sales cycle.
Cloud management, cloud brokerage, there's probably a couple more hours in this he could give you. So to do it, what's the best way for people to contact Ambernet Technologies?
The best way to contact us is to go to www.cloudtrueops.com. That's our flagship product, and you can see a lot of what we do and how we do it by going to that website.
Trueops.com.
Cloudtrueops.com.
Cloudtrueops.com. I got to keep remembering that word cloud. You think at Cloud Expo, one wouldn't forget. Cloudtrueops.com. Thanks for joining us.
My pleasure.
For Syscon TV, this is Roger Struckoff.